What's the use of doing all that, spending so much time getting organic food, getting rich food, getting nutritious food, deciding on how much I need to eat, and then going through this time restricted eating? What's the use of doing all that if I'm eating in a very anxious state, or if I am emotionally eating, or if I'm eating in a place where there's so much of chaos that I'm not able to rest or relax? When all these three things are not there, then the body does not have the right environment to digest the food that I have taken so much effort to provide the body. So when I'm looking at nutrition, I need to look at a 360-degree view of it and look at it as the 5 W's and the 1 H. I started my self-care journey by paying attention to water and to nutrition. And it's only later on I realized that paying attention to the elimination pathways, the detox pathways, are much more crucial than paying attention to the nutrition. Because if the detox pathways are not working, no matter how well I eat, the body is not going to extract and integrate the nutrition from that, because my waste systems are clogged up. So that is why, in the sequence as well, that has come first, followed by nutrition. And again, I started off first with what do I need to eat? And that is important. And each one of us are on this journey of eating well. No matter where we are, what do I eat is only one aspect of nutrition for the body. What we have are 6 principles. And the 6 principles are, what do I eat? And there are, if we Google, there's going to be tons and tons of information, contradictory information. So we have to find what works for us. Once we have done that, finding out what works for us, what do I eat? We have 5 more principles. How much do I eat? How much do I eat? The lesser the better, especially if we have crossed 20, 20, 25, 30, the lesser the better, because the body can then be very, very efficient in extracting nutrition from what we eat and making sense of it in terms of our health. Digestion is a very energy intensive process. And so the process of eating should not tax the system, the body, much more than the energy we get out of the food. So, how much do I eat is also equally important. When do I eat? And today, there is tons of information available, thankfully, about intermittent fasting, time restricted eating, and all of that makes sense, because what that does when we restrict the eating period in our daily life, what happens is that we are providing the body, the digestive system, with a clear window where it can go and start repairing itself. And that is providing health to our body. So it's not just about calories. How much do I eat? What do I eat? It's not just about calories. It is about knowing what is that time when the body eats. And to me, that was very liberating, very, very liberating, because if I'm able to give a clear window to my body where it does its own repair, renewal, spring cleaning, whatever it has to do, and there's a whole science attached to time restricted eating. But to me, the biggest takeaway was that it freed me from having to worry about calories, content, because I know that as long as I'm overall eating well, I don't have to go into nitty gritty details of this many carbs, this many. I don't have to do all that. I'm providing a clear window for the body to sort itself out. And eventually, I found that time restricted eating was actually giving me a lot of energy. I had much more energy than when I was eating 3 full meals or 4 small meals or 5 small meals as I used to many, many years ago. So, when do I eat becomes a very important question in understanding nutrition for the body. And the last three ideas are about knowing the connection between our mental state, our emotional state, and the digestion of the body. There is a vagus nerve that travels in the brain. It's called the wanderer, vagus nerve, wanderer, that wanders from the brain, and it sort of goes through, supports our heart in many, many important functions. And it also signals many things to the digestive system. And this vagus nerve is a parasympathetic nervous system. That means it operates mostly when we are feeling good, when we are feeling relaxed. And why is this important? In the very, very early days, long before when we were hunter gatherers, uh, we were faced with dangers. So we would go to hunt for food, and there is a very likely chance that we became food for another animal. So the body decided that really we need to provide this person with some resources in times of danger. And how the body did that is by regulating the nervous system to say that there is danger. And during this danger, I can support this person in three different ways. I can support this person in running away from the danger, or in staying and fighting against the enemy, or in freezing, which means they become totally still and remain undetected by the enemy. So these were the three different ways the nervous system was operating. And all of this means that when the body is sensing danger, the body feels digestion is not an important thing to do at that point in time. It will divert the blood resources and all other resources that it can from digestive system and from other systems that it feels is not important to the muscles, to the legs, to the hands, so that the person can run away very fast, or the person can stay and fight the enemy. So when the person is relaxed is when digestion takes place. So if we want to support our digestive system, then we need to ensure that we are able to provide that environment of relaxation, rest, a state of being where the body is then able to really make good use of the food that we are providing it. What's the use of doing all that, spending so much time getting organic food, getting rich food, getting nutritious food, deciding on how much I need to eat, and then going through this time restricted eating? What is the use of doing all that if I'm eating in a very anxious state, or if I am emotionally eating, or if I'm eating in a place where there's so much of chaos that I'm not able to rest or relax? When all these three things are not there, then the body does not have the right environment to digest the food that I have taken so much effort to provide the body. So when I'm looking at nutrition, I need to look at a 360-degree view of it and look at it as the 5 W's and the 1 H. What do I eat? How much do I eat? When do I eat? Who am I being as I eat? Am I relaxing, or am I being an anxious person? Where am I eating and why am I eating? Am I eating because I'm emotionally upset about something? And all of us do that from time to time. This is just about creating an awareness to say all these 6 principles are important and an important part of providing the right nutrition to the body. Another important point is that nutrition is not just something that I eat. Nutrition is also something that I apply on the skin. So taking care of what is in that skin product that I'm using becomes very important. What is the use of eating healthy and then using so many toxins in the product that I'm using all over the body? Then my body is getting the toxins through another route. So taking care of nutrition that's coming from the skin becomes equally important.